Bible Church International, Otako, Nigeria. And that one we announced yesterday, the 8th conference. The theme is Power of a Disciple. It's holding from 7th to 11th February at Nibo. Nibo is in Anambra State of this country. I want to ask Dr. Pamela Ozamaka to come and please lead us to the next thing we do before the next speaker comes on. Dr. Pamela Ozamaka. Okay, the man I announce his name, please can you, the moment I get down from here, you come and see me. If it's Nelson, you come and see me, please. Is Pamela around? Okay, so we have the next speaker come. He is Pastor Dr. Ingolf, Ellssel. Can we put our hands together as we welcome him? You can do better than that, but he comes here.
I greet you again in the wonderful name of Jesus Christ. He's our hope. He's our King. We like to believe and trust His guidance. Your team and Reverend Mosi gave me the topic for this speech: missionary opportunity and challenges in Europe. If I change this title for short example to Israel, missionary opportunity and challenges in Israel, you will see that God not only pray for Israel before He explained from where Israel comes. You know the oath of iron, so this will be a divided kingdom. So please look to me for a while. Think about this dream of King Nebuchadnezzar and the statue. The head was out of gold. It stands for the Babylonian kingdom. I'm astonished about God to give this kingdom such a position. But you know, the history of human being is given in some aspects of very mighty and powerful states or kingdoms. And this statue shows our whole life, which we will realize from generation to generation. Head is Babylonia. Then the Persian-Median are the body. The legs are the Greek. And now we come to the final part, the feet, and they are out of iron and and clay. And these two materials, they do not co-working very strong. So they are fragile. And with this, God characterized Europe. It is a fragile system. At first, it starts with iron. And the Roman kingdom was such a strong iron kingdom. No other kingdom has come in this position as long as the Roman kingdom. It starts, let me see, I write it down, 753 before Christ was born. and it finished and destroyed in 476 after Christ was born. So you can see 1,200, 300 years this kingdom exists. Like iron, very strong in the position. But to form it all, they need clay. And clay makes the form well, but doesn't stabilize the iron too long. We know out of our history that Europe, Kingdom of Rome, destroyed 1,500 years ago. And now it looks like finished. So God comes back in 476 after Christ? No, he didn't come, because the story goes on. And it's so exciting for me as a Bible teacher to read how God explained it. He explained this as another beast. I will read out of Revelation 13 for those who make notes. Verse 2 to 7. The beast, Apostle John, write down, I saw resembled a leopard, but had feet like those of a bear, and a mouth like of a lion. The dragon gave the beast his power, and his throne, and great authority. And now it comes. One of the heads of the beast seemed to have a fatal wound, but the fatal wound who killed this beast had been healed. So what can we know out of this explaining? We see an explaining about the old kingdom of Rome, which died in 476 after Christ. But then, after the Second War, and there were some kings before, like the king from France, Napoleon. He wants to build up a big Europe with all the countries by war. And we know a second one built 1,000-year-old kingdom. It was Hitler going out from Germany with all his wars. But it doesn't work. It was not the time of God. And after the Second World, something special happened. And this, when you pray for Europe, you should know that God takes care for countries. The new Europe starts in peace, without a battle. No, on the table, presidents speak together, figure out a plan of unity. It starts in 1948. Our chancellor at that time was Konrad Adenauer. And his idea was taken from the next generation. And one of our main president in our country was Bundeskanzler Helmut Kohl, who experienced during his ministry time that the wall in Berlin broke, 1989. And now let me tell you a little Holy Spirit. There was a Buddhist key leader. There was the Jehovah's Witness key leader from Europe. And on and so on. 120 different religion key leaders coming. And now listen what the Romani Pope tells us in a short speech. He remember us all that in the last 300, 400, 500 years, the history of the European countries, we had so much war, and 80% of this war was religion motivated. So he asked us, don't interrupt as religion leaders in your interest and bringing the state or a government to war attack. We want to have peace. And then he said, That is the reason I brought you together, because we believe that we all believe to the same God. These are the challenges in Europe. You should know this. And then I feel angry in my heart, because I know he was wrong. And then he mentioned and said, and I give you a word of wisdom for the future. And just speak to each other, accept each other, and tell them we have God. And secondly, stop mission. It brings an atmosphere of concurrence. And with this atmosphere of concurrence, the battle is near. I lift my arms, 120 kilos were silent. I lift my arms. And he asked me, please. I introduce myself and say, Mr. President, do you know that there is only one God? It's the Bible God. Secondly,
to the church.